If you're leading people, whether that's in your job, in your own business, or it's in your personal life, maybe it's volunteering, I want to give you a couple quick tips. And the reason for this is these are a few things that I've learned over the decade I've had of managing people in different team environments, and I wanted to share some of that knowledge with you guys. Tip number one size does not fit all. Every single person that you deal with, whether they report directly to you or not, they have different personalities, they have different motivators, they have different values, belief structures. So part of being an effective leader and an effective manager is making sure that you are able to identify what those are so you can custom tailor your approach to every unique individual. And the way that you do that is by building a genuine, authentic relationship with them. You have to get out with them. You have to take time to actually speak with them, ask them questions, probe, listen more than you speak. It is incredibly important when building the foundations with different team members, employees, or just people in general. And it doesn't have to be business either. This could just be in your personal life. Tip number 2, transparency and being sincere. It is incredibly important that you're both transparent and you're sincere. First off, people need to believe you. And the more that you show people can't trust you, the less likely they are to believe in whatever it is that you're trying to say to them. And they won't follow your messaging. The second part is being transparent. You may understand a situation, you may know why you're implementing certain rules or why you're taking the company or your team in a certain direction, but that doesn't mean that everybody understands that. They may question why it is you're doing something specifically. So it's very important that you clearly identify, hey, this is what it is that we're trying to do, but this is also why we're doing it, and explain the purpose. They may not agree with it, and you can tackle that separately, but at least you've been transparent with them and you've clearly identified as to why it is you're doing something. Tip number 3, setting clear expectations. I can't stress enough that setting clear expectations is incredibly important. It's not fair to individuals if you leave them guessing whether it is they're doing a good job or not doing a good job, and then being upset or happy with them down the road if you haven't clearly identified what it is that you're wanting. I always recommend that when you meet with individuals during the interview process, especially during an onboarding process, you need to make sure that you've been very clear about what exactly the expectations are. This actually makes a very smooth onboarding process with new people. It also means that you haven't misled them about any misconceptions that they have or maybe misunderstandings that could negatively impact them. In addition, it helps motivate people because they're like, okay, I know I have to do X, Y, and Z, and that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. And in addition, it helps you as a leader know, hey, I need to support them in X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to do everything that I can in order to make them successful in these areas. At the end of the day, if you've set clear expectations and they are not hitting them, you also need to reflect on yourself and ask if you've done everything in order to help them be successful. If the answer is no and you haven't, the fault is with you and not with them. And that's an incredibly important point. To conclude, leading people is very difficult. It is very challenging. You're dealing with a ton of different personalities. Not everybody responds the exact same way to different types of coaching. They don't respond the same way to different types of motivation. Again, some people value money, some people value home life balance, other people value learning and growing or titles. You need to identify what those are. You need to set clear expectations, and you need to be transparent and sincere in your messaging all the time in order to make sure that you actually get buy-in and people are willing to listen to you.